Yahoo once had the kind of position most internet companies dream about. It was not just a website people visited. For a while, Yahoo was the place millions of people started before going anywhere else online. It had the homepage, it had email, it had finance, sports, news, shopping, communities, and search. It had the brand, the traffic, the advertisers, and the feeling of being the internet's front door. And that is what makes the story dangerous. Because Yahoo did not lose because nobody used it. It did not collapse because it was unknown, irrelevant, or built on a fake idea. Yahoo lost power while still having something incredibly valuable: attention. The problem was that the internet was changing what attention was worth. When Jerry Yang and David Filo first built Yahoo at Stanford in 1994, the web had a very simple problem. It was growing, but it was chaotic. There was no clean map, no obvious place to begin. Search engines existed, but the experience was still rough, inconsistent, and often confusing. Yahoo's original insight was almost humble: organize the web for people. At first, Yahoo was a directory. Human editors placed websites into categories like business, entertainment, sports, government, science, and culture. That sounds basic today, but in the early internet, it solved a real problem. If the web was a new city, Yahoo was the map at the entrance, and the business around that map became powerful. Yahoo made its services free for users. That removed friction. People could visit Yahoo, browse categories, check news, use email, look at finance pages, follow sports, and build online habits without paying directly. The money came from advertising, sponsorships, promotions, and marketing deals. The more people used Yahoo, the more space Yahoo had to sell to advertisers. This was a rational model for the time. In the 1990s, the internet was still becoming mainstream. Advertisers wanted reach. Brands wanted to be where the audience was going, and Yahoo had one of the clearest answers to that question. By 1999, Yahoo branded properties were averaging hundreds of millions of page views a day. Thousands of customers advertised on Yahoo properties. The company was not guessing anymore. The numbers seemed to confirm the strategy. So Yahoo did what winning companies often do. It expanded the thing that was working. It moved beyond being a directory and became a portal. A portal was supposed to be your starting point for the internet. Yahoo wanted to be the page you opened in the morning and kept returning to throughout the day. Check your mail, read headlines, track stocks, follow a game, search for something, join a group, shop, watch a video, then come back again tomorrow. That strategy made sense. Every additional service gave users another reason to stay inside Yahoo's world. Every extra page created more advertising inventory. Every habit made the brand harder to replace. Yahoo was not just collecting traffic, it was trying to own daily internet behavior. Its acquisitions followed that logic. Buying 411 helped Yahoo build Yahoo Mail. Buying GeoCities gave it a huge community of personal websites. Buying Broadcast.com gave it a position in online audio and video at a moment when broadband looked like the future. From inside the company, this did not look like chaos. It looked like building the complete internet platform before anyone else could. If users were going to communicate, Yahoo wanted email. If they were going to publish, Yahoo wanted communities. If they were going to consume media, Yahoo wanted streaming. If they were going to buy things, Yahoo wanted commerce. If advertisers wanted the online audience, Yahoo wanted to offer every possible surface where that audience could be reached. The strength of the model was its breadth, but the weakness was hidden inside that same breadth. Yahoo was built around the idea that users would begin at a destination. They would enter the internet through a branded homepage and move through a set of services. The company's job was to make that destination richer, stickier, and more useful. Then search changed the center of gravity. Search was not just another feature. Search captured intent. When someone typed cheap flights, new laptop, mortgage rates, or best running shoes, they were not passively browsing. They were revealing what they wanted in that exact moment. That made search advertising different from banner advertising. A banner ad paid for attention. A search ad paid for intent. Yahoo understood that search mattered. But at first, it treated search as something that could support the portal, not as the main economic engine of the next internet. In 2000, Yahoo selected Google as its default search results provider. At the time, this decision was not obviously foolish. it was practical. Google's search technology was fast, clean, and highly relevant. Yahoo could improve the user experience while focusing on the broader portal, where it already had scale and advertisers. From Yahoo's point of view, Google was a supplier helping Yahoo serve its audience better. But from the market's point of view, something deeper was happening. Users were learning that the fastest path through the web was not a directory, it was a search box. Yahoo had the audience. Google was perfecting the behavior that would make that audience less dependent on Yahoo's front door. This is where the story is often oversimplified. Yahoo did not simply ignore the future. It tried to buy pieces of it. In 2003, Yahoo acquired Overture, one of the pioneers of paid search advertising. That was a serious move. Overture had helped prove that search results could be commercialized by connecting advertisers to user intent. For Yahoo, the acquisition gave it a stronger position in one of the fastest-growing parts of online advertising. Again, the decision was rational. Yahoo was not saying search did not matter. It was trying to combine search monetization with its massive audience, its media properties, and its advertiser relationships. On paper, that combination looked powerful. The internet's largest audience plus paid search plus brand advertising plus content. The problem was that buying an asset is not the same as becoming the kind of company that asset requires. Google was built around search as the center. Yahoo was trying to make search one part of a much wider machine. That machine had many valuable pieces, but it also had many priorities: mail, news, finance, sports, communities, video, international expansion, advertising tools, partnerships, and acquisitions all demanded attention. Breadth made Yahoo huge, but it also made Yahoo harder to sharpen. As the web grew, the old portal logic became more expensive. More services meant more infrastructure. More content meant more licensing and partnership costs. More traffic meant more technical burden. More acquisitions meant more integration. The company still had enormous reach, but scale was no longer pure leverage. It also created complexity. At the same time, the outside environment kept changing. The dot-com crash made investors more skeptical of traffic without durable economics. Google made search feel simpler and more precise. Broadband pushed the web toward richer media, but rich media was costly and difficult to monetize. Social platforms began turning feeds into new discovery engines. Then mobile changed the user habit again. People no longer needed one homepage to organize the internet. They had apps, notifications, search bars, and social feeds in their pockets. Yahoo's original advantage had been helping people navigate the web. But the web was no longer navigated the same way. This did not mean Yahoo had no value. It still had users, it still had famous products, it still had Yahoo Finance, Yahoo Sports, Yahoo Mail, Yahoo News, and major advertising relationships. But it was losing control of the most valuable layer, the mechanism that matched user intent to advertiser money. By 2008, the pressure was obvious enough that Microsoft made a massive offer to buy Yahoo. Microsoft wanted to combine forces against Google. The offer valued Yahoo at $31 per share, a large premium over its previous closing price. For Yahoo, the offer created a brutal strategic question. Was the company still an independent internet empire with more upside ahead? Or was it a valuable but weakening asset whose best exit had arrived? Yahoo rejected the offer. It is easy to judge that decision after the fact. But inside the moment, the rejection had a logic. Yahoo still had one of the biggest audiences on the web. It still had powerful consumer brands. It had international assets. It had a major investment in Alibaba. Management could reasonably believe the market was undervaluing the company. That is what makes strategic decline so dangerous. The signals are mixed. A dying company has no leverage. Yahoo still had leverage. A worthless company has no assets. Yahoo had major assets. A forgotten company has no audience. Yahoo still had a huge audience, so the company could look at itself and see reasons to keep fighting. But the core problem was not whether Yahoo had value, it was where that value was coming from. One of Yahoo's greatest financial wins came from Alibaba. The investment became enormously valuable and helped preserve shareholder value. But it also created a strange distortion. Yahoo's financial asset could look stronger than Yahoo's operating business. That matters because investments do not repair strategy by themselves. Alibaba could make Yahoo more valuable on paper. It could not make Yahoo the leader in search. It could not rebuild the mobile habit. It could not turn a broad portal into the dominant advertising machine of the next decade. Yahoo kept trying to reinvent itself. It shifted leadership. It made more acquisitions. It tried to become more mobile, more social, more media-driven, more modern. Some products remained strong, but the company was now fighting from a harder position. Its brand was famous, but fame is not the same as control. Its audience was large, but audience is not the same as intent. Its homepage still existed, but the internet's front door had split into many doors: Google, Facebook, apps, smartphones, and later AI-driven answers. Then came the trust problem. Yahoo's massive data breaches became a legal and reputational burden, especially as the Verizon deal approached. For a company built on user accounts, email, identity, and advertising data, security was not a side issue. It touched the value of the user relationship itself. In 2016, Verizon agreed to acquire Yahoo's operating business. Years after Microsoft had offered tens of billions for the company, Yahoo's core operations were sold for a much smaller amount. What remained outside the deal was largely tied to investment holdings, including Alibaba-related value. That sale did not mean Yahoo disappeared. This is important. Yahoo is not a clean graveyard story. It did not become Blockbuster. It did not vanish from the internet. Under later ownership, including Apollo, Yahoo continued to operate major products in finance, sports, mail, news, search, and advertising technology. In 2026, Yahoo even launched Scout, an AI-powered answer engine, trying to return to one of its oldest roles, helping people find and understand information online. There is something almost circular about that. Yahoo began as a guide to the web. It rose because the internet was too chaotic and users needed help. Decades later, as search shifts again from links to answers, Yahoo is trying to use its remaining audience, data, content, and brand to matter in the next gateway. But the lesson is not that Yahoo is back, or that Yahoo was simply too slow. The deeper lesson is about layers of control. Yahoo controlled the front door of the early web. That was incredibly valuable while the internet needed a front door. But Google controlled intent. Social platforms controlled feeds. Mobile operating systems controlled app behavior, and over time, those layers became more powerful than the portal. Yahoo's mistake was not one single missed deal, one bad CEO, or one failed acquisition. The mechanism was broader than that. The company built itself around aggregating attention, then watched the economics of the internet move towards systems that could capture, interpret, and monetize intent more directly. That is why Yahoo's story still matters. A company can have users and lose power. It can have a famous brand and lose the market. It can make rational decisions based on the environment of the time and still build itself around a model that becomes weaker as the environment changes. Yahoo helped people find the internet. But the empire broke when the internet no longer needed to begin at Yahoo.